Talking with Ben Talbot, catcher of the Concordia baseball team. Ben was named to the All-NAIA West team after leading the grouping in throwouts on steal attempts last season, and leads the grouping in the category again this season, while also leading the grouping in runners picked off. Ben's defensive skills were on display best during the Cavs' recent series against number 5 Lewis Clark State. In the first game of that series, the Warriors got the first 2 runners on base in an inning, only to see Ben pick off the lead runner at second and throw out the second runner trying to steal. The Cavs then struck out the next batter to complete an unconventional 3-up, 3-down. First off, Ben, what made you want to be a catcher over other positions when you were growing up playing baseball?
Well, what made me want to be a catcher was, for one, my size and speed. I'm not the fastest guy in the world, and catchers are not notorious for their speed, so that definitely played a role. And also, when I was little, I watched a lot of Ivan Rodriguez or Pudge, and he was a big inspiration. I want to be a catcher.
Now, I'm focusing on your throws a little bit. I mean, clearly you've been successful gunning people down the last 2 seasons. What do you check for on the base pads from a runner to see, like, is he going? Do I need to throw down since he's taking a big lead?
Well, we have a scouting report and we know who likes to run. So whenever that guy does get on, I'll see his tendencies. A lot of guys will get real antsy when they want to steal, or a third base coach will give signs that seem to be a steal. And runners counts, like for instance an 0-2, 1-2 count, they're looking for breaking ball, so they want to steal on that because it's not as easy of a pitch to throw on. So just seeing their tendencies is a big benefit.
And then tooting your own horn a little bit, what do you think you do well, because you've had success?
Well, I've been lucky that I was gifted with a strong arm. Since I was little, I've always liked to throw things. And, so it's kind of an ego thing also. Just I don't like when people are moving up free bases.
Yeah, right. And then, like, what about your form is you need to work on? What do you like so far?
What I've been working on a lot this year is shortening up my front foot and being able to get the ball out quicker, because the throw's never really been an issue for me. It's always been how much quicker can I get rid of it. So that's been a big focus this year.
Cool. Well, then switching gears a little bit, another big role for a catcher is calling pitches potentially. How many pitches do you call versus are called from the dugout?
In our rotation, I normally call for 2 of our pitchers. I will call their complete games, and then 2 of the pitchers get called from the dugout from Coach Hills, the pitching coach.
Okay.
So it's split up.
Who are those pitchers? If you know?
Alex Boss I call for, and John Urout
I
call for. We have a good chemistry out there.
So then Eddie Crow and Jason Snodgrass, is that?
Are generally called by Coach Hills.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's a pretty big role, obviously. How do you evaluate yourself in that? Like, what's the most challenging aspect of calling pitches?
The most challenging aspect is seeing the scouting reports and memorizing what hitters' tendencies are, knowing if they pull off the ball or what they're trying to do with it, and then making a sequence out of that and evaluating each pitch at a time to figure out what will be most beneficial in the next pitch.
Who goes over the scouting report in the midweek?
Usually I go over it with Coach Hills or Coach Vance, or basically any of our coaches. And we'll go over who does what, who their big guys are, who we need to worry about, so on.
Cool. Well, then there's a huge amount of trust between pitcher and catcher, obviously. I mean, you know that, obviously. And you guys had a lot of new pitchers this season. How did you try and build that rapport with them before the season started?
Basically through bullpens. You kind of figure out what kind of pitcher they are, but then I feel that the pitch calling is more of a connection between you and the pitcher, and just building a relationship off the field also with those pitchers is big.
Any bowling trips or whatever?
Yeah, just stupid little stuff.
Yeah, sure. And then finally, I don't think any interview would be complete without talking about the mustache. I'm sure you probably didn't get the chance to hear it, but when Neil Everett of ESPN was here for the grand opening last year, he commented on it and how impressed he was of it.
Yeah, I work on it a lot.
Yeah.
It does its own workouts and use fertilizer and whatnot.
Yeah. How long have you had it, Jen?
Usually I'll have it for October in 1 year, which is during the fall, but then I've made it kind of a spring thing. I just have it through the season. And usually trim it once or twice.
So kind of like a playoff beard thing.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I just use it for the whole season.
Yeah.
It's just my springtime thing. It's kind of like the flowers coming out.
Yeah. What made you grow it in the first place?
It's kind of just a baseball thing.
Yeah.
A lot of players are known for having funny facial hair and different haircuts, and it was just my way of being different.
Cool. Cool. Well, thanks for taking the time, and good luck
you.
to you and the rest of the team for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.